We have a massive tragedy that we've never as a school district or as a community dealt with before.
She was very caring.
Thank everybody for the support that everybody has shown.
Let's go, here we go. The human spirit is alive and well.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a special edition of CBS 7 News at 6, Brave Strong. Tonight, we'll be taking a look back at a team that's had an exceptional season and at a community that lost one of their biggest fans and survived even more extraordinary circumstances.
It's been 20 years since there's been a football state championship team in Iran. Tomorrow, that could change, but for many of these players, the idea of holding up that state title trophy has been a dream and has been a lifelong pursuit. Take a look.
The Skyrocket Cheerleaders are presenting a check in the amount of $3,000.
From tragedy to triumph, the Iran Braves will be playing in the biggest football game of their lives on Thursday. But this Cinderella story started way before two-a-days in August. Bring it back to 2006. Senior Cannon Andrews, Clayton Kent, Wyatt Banner, Stephen Garlock, Dario Lazoya, and 6 others made a pact during a Little League baseball game. In our senior year, they said, we will win a state championship, a true child's dream.
Kind of just always been in our minds that we want to win as much as we can, and this is as far as you can go.
But now an 8-year-old's dream is an 18-year-old's reality.
It's one of the most important games of our lives, and this is what we've been wanting since freshman year, been talking about since Little League. So, I mean, this is the most important game of our lives for sure.
No one could have dreamt up an undefeated season or a fatal bus crash, but these boys knew from a young age being a brave football player meant business.
No, I mean, after all we've gone through and how much support they've been showing, it's going to really lift everyone's spirits and make them real proud of us, and that's really all we want to do.
Now the Braves will arrive at their ultimate goal, the gates of AT&T Stadium, as head coach Mark Kierhoff will go for his second state championship.
Definitely our senior year, it's been amazing. We've stepped up to the plate and shown everyone what we can do and how far we can go, and planning to do that, show it off on Thursday and hopefully win a state title.
We'll tell you what, if I can take any group and see if it can be done, it's you.
In Iran, Jake Gayden, CBS 7 Sports.
The team, by the way, has finally made it to AT&T Stadium in Dallas, and the town is ready to rally behind the Braves.
Jake Gayden was there as Iran practically shut down to send off the boys, and now he joins us live from Arlington. Jake?
Jay and Tatum, the Iran Braves were sent off at the pep rally for the last time today. Signs throughout the town read, "Gone to the game." And where they're going? Well, right here at AT&T Stadium in Arlington for the state title game. The hype is real. The Iran Braves are state-bound for the first time in 2 decades.
Oh, it's very exciting since it's our last one and it's for state, so it's going to be good.
I think that's something that happens in small towns, especially West Texas towns, and then to have a team like we do, the town is going to follow you wherever you go.
Iran resident Kurt Hanna was there last time when the Braves won a state title game, when his father Larry Hanna was the head coach. He says it's the same feeling as it was 20 years ago.
It was crazy. It was amazing. Those boys, kind of the underdogs the whole season, but they fought through each game, and they had it in their heart. They wanted it bad, so that can prove to you that just because you're the underdog, it doesn't mean you walk in that stadium and you're automatically the loser.
This Cinderella story is in its final chapter. As the buses left the town of 1,200 residents, everyone was hoping for that happy ending.
A dream come true. It's going to be the happy ending of a Cinderella story. It will be great.
Kickoff for the Iran and Bremont game, 10 a.m. tomorrow here at AT&T, and later tonight we'll be sure to bring you all the highlights from the Borden County and Balmorhea state title games here at AT&T. For now, here in Arlington, Jake Gayden, CBS 7 Sports. Jay and Tatum, back to you.
Jake, thanks very much. So now let's take a moment and learn about Iran and their passion for football. The Braves, as you heard, won their only state title in 1996 under then head coach Larry Hanna. We had a chance to sit down with Coach Hanna this week to look back. Larry Hanna has quite a lot of memorabilia from the 1996 state championship game. His Ira Ann Braves won, beating number 1 Groveton 14-7 that year. Ira Ann was ranked number 5 in the state. Hanna says he remembers that game vividly.
The game ended on a pass into the end zone to a possible tied up. We go ahead and Robin intercepted the ball, and that was the ball game. So it was a great experience.
Like this year's squad, Hanna had his key players who fought hard every week. Like most athletes, they also had their superstitions.
Ross Blackwelder wore a pair of shoes that he had an uncle play. He played in all the way through the NFL, and they were white shoes, and we didn't wear white shoes, so he painted those shoes black every week. And of course, they wore off some during the game.
Hanna still wears his state title ring. It reminds him of what this year's team will face against Bremont. He also offers this advice.
Most importantly is that you got to treat this another game. You know, I know it's a state championship game, but still, it's another game. You go out, you have fun, you play the game, you do as you're coached to do, and you don't treat it any bigger than the rest.
Jay, thanks so much. A big part of this tight-knit community is Ira Ann Braves cheerleading sponsor, Liz Pope. Sadly, Mrs. Pope died in that tragic bus crash. Of course, her friends and family still mourn her every day, but this team is definitely playing in her honor. And perhaps especially senior offensive lineman Stephen Garlock. CBS 7's Tatum Gwynn found that he is leading his team not only to a state championship, but also through the healing process.
Saturday morning in Ira Ann, Texas. Just another day at the office for the Ira Ann Braves. All eyes are on the state championship game.
You know, it's even better when you have to do it on Saturday because you're playing in the state title game on Thursday morning.
Their hard work has paid off big this season. They know all about winning. They're also getting a lesson on loss. The small community rocked by tragedy on the way home from a playoff game when an 18-wheeler plowed through the I-20 median, slamming into the bus carrying the cheerleaders, killing cheer sponsor Liz Pope and injuring 4 others. No doubt heartbroken, but never defeated.
She loved this team and this community more than anything, and I know what she would want for us to do to persevere.
The crash hit home for offensive guard Stephen Garlock. Liz Pope was his aunt. His mom, Christina Garlock, was severely injured in the crash. For the love of the game, he has found the will to move forward.
This time, you know, my mom, I talk to her, she tells me, don't you worry about me. Y'all go play some football.
Taking his mom's advice, Stephen's getting ready for the game of his life.
Just feel amazing, you know. It's just, we can't really believe it because this is something that we've been trying to get to for years, and it's finally right in front of us, and I guess we're just not real sure how to react except just in awe.
Written in black and white. A visual reminder each practice of what the Braves are playing for, and in their hearts, another reminder of who they're playing for.
We're gonna work till the very last whistle blows, till the clock hits 0, and that's how we play football, and that's how we're gonna end it.
Reporting in Ira Ann, I'm Tatum Gwynn, CBS 7 News.
Tatum, thanks. What a story. And for the team to get to tomorrow's game, it took a lot of support and, of course, healing.
That support was evident just as soon as other communities began hearing about that accident. CBS 7's Alexa Dunson had the chance to speak with a cheerleader just hours after the crash.
All I heard was slam on the brakes, and we all, everybody just suddenly went forward, really fast.
Nalea De Luna is a freshman on the junior varsity cheer team. Just a few short hours removed from the horror of the crash, she's still in disbelief about what happened.
I flew all the way forward and out the bus. I thought I was the only one alive. I thought everybody else had died. I remember Miss Pope's body was on me.
A break in her leg, a sprained ankle, a concussion, and a few scratches. Though Nalea's injuries will soon heal, her mother is thankful her teenage daughter escaped the deadly crash alive.
I would have gone crazy if something would have happened to her. She's my pride.
These girls have rallied behind their team and community all season long, but now They're needing some support of their own.
Together. Ariane will move on together.
In Iran, Alexa Dunson, CBS 7 News.
Alexa, thanks so much. Still to come, Sarah Holden is live from Arlington as Balmorhea takes the field at AT&T Stadium.
And we also take a look at how cheerleaders from across the state became one squad for the Braves. But first, our weather authority Craig Stewart has your forecast up next. You're watching a special edition of CBS 7 News at 6.
Well, good evening, everyone. It's turned out to be a nice day across the area. There are changes on the way. Look outside, show you what's going on around the Big Spring area. Again, we've got a little bit of that high cloudiness out and about, but really not too bad. Temperatures, the highs today in Big Spring, 61 in Midland. It was 74 degrees, and currents outside right now, 53 in Big Spring. You've got 63 in Midland, a little bit further west, 66 for Odessa, 65 Kermit and Wink. Monahans near 70, Fort Stockton into the lower 60s, Pecos 65 degrees, and here are the observed lows that we saw today. Again, lower 30s for a good portion of the Permian Basin, except for around Fort Stockton and Alpine there. 39 the low in Fort Stockton, 47 in Alpine. So here's what we have going on Wednesday overnight, and those temperatures lower 30s once again as we get toward about 5 o'clock in the morning. Clouds are still hanging around. Some light patchy drizzle will be possible, and temperatures getting down into the mid-30s. Now, again, Wednesday into Thursday, you'll see those temps drop down into the lower 30s and rebound right around 52 degrees at 2 o'clock or so. And the weather headlines for your Thursday: morning drizzle possible, and it is going to be a little bit cooler as well. So the planner, 32 into the morning, 47 midday, 54 in the afternoon. A south wind picking up at about 10 to 15. Friday, it is going to be sunny and warm. Saturday, a little mild and windy, and then you get towards Sunday and Monday, and temperatures are going to be awfully cold with early morning lows into the teens. We'll have more about our Ira and Braves special coming up in just a minute.
Welcome back. We continue our special Brave Strong. After the crash, that first day back in class was certainly an emotional one.
We were there as one of the injured cheerleaders was welcomed back to Iran High School, and needless to say, it was filled with tears, hugs, and of course, lots of love.
The sign says it all. Pray for Iran. But the people here aren't the only ones praying. People from all over West Texas are coming here today to show their support on this first day back in school. It's Kiara Hodges' first time back on campus. She says these are her first steps of healing.
I need to be with all my friends. It'll make me feel a lot better when I see everybody.
But if you knew exactly what she's been through the past few days,
you are such for sore eyes.
You'd know just how remarkable this moment back at school is.
So glad you're home and that you're okay.
I can remember the driver hitting the brakes and just everyone going forward, but then everything just went black. They found me at the back of the bus, but my seat was in the front and no one could tell me why I ended up in the back. But they said it was because I was trying to get out of the bus and then I just collapsed. And I remember waking up in the hospital with a bunch of nurses over me, rubbing my chest, trying to wake me up.
A fractured skull and an arm sling are the visible reminders of what happened Friday. Today, a team of counselors are on hand to help aid the wounds that cannot be seen.
The faster we can get the kids to grieve if they need to, the better this is going to be.
Superintendent Allen says grief is heavy and it's hard.
This is not a normal, there's no template for this.
Take one look at the parking lot. You see they are not dealing with it alone.
Literally, the outpour of emotion to help us has been nothing that I've never seen anything like it.
As the students and staff in Iran begin to work through this tragedy, Superintendent Allen says, keep this in mind.
Remember where you're from and who loves you, and we'll be okay.
It feels good to know that all these people are there for us, no matter the occasion.
Bravely facing the coming days together, Iran strong. Tatum Gwynn, CBS 7 News.
Tatum, thanks. As you just saw, West Texans take care of their own, and the support was evident from the time the Braves first hit back on the field against Wellington in Abilene.
That's right. People from all over showed up to support the Braves. More than 700 cheerleaders stood together, no longer as rivals, but united in solidarity.
A presentation to the Ira Ann Sheffield cheerleaders in honor of Mrs. Pope. The Skyrocket cheerleaders are presenting a check in the amount of $3,000.
It means everything. I don't think we could have asked for anything more.
Lauren Garlick was one of the Ira Ann cheerleaders involved in the tragic bus crash on I-20 on December 2nd. Today is not like any other day.
We've done so much traveling as far as Midland High School this year because of our amazing volleyball and our football team. So we spent a lot of time on the road. So this could have happened to anyone at any time.
Cheerleaders from Midland High, Midland Lee, Permian, and Odessa High united, taking one bus to Abilene to support Ira Ann.
We're always competing against each other, and so the fact that we can actually get together and support one major cause is really exciting.
The support spans much further than West Texas. Tonight, 700 cheerleaders from all across the state joined together as one to call themselves Braves. All in remembrance of Ira Ann cheer sponsor Liz Pope, who lost her life on that tragic Friday evening.
We couldn't imagine anything like that would ever happen. Like, if we lost our cheer sponsor, it'd break all of our hearts. So we felt for them.
And even though the Braves and the Skyrockets are on opposing sides of the football field, tonight, everyone is rooting for the community of Ira Ann to heal.
This support that we're receiving, it's crazy. It really is. We're very thankful.
In Abilene, I'm Sarah Holden, CBS 7 News.
Sarah, thank you. That is such a cool show of support, really from all over the state.
That's right. Sarah Holden, by the way, going to join us live from Arlington with some of the football highlights. Balmoral playing right now. We'll have that for you coming back.
Welcome back to CBS 7 News at 6. I'm Sarah Holden, live at AT&T Stadium for the Texas High School UIL Football State Championships. Now, the atmosphere has been absolutely crazy here today as the Balmoral Bears take on the Richmond Springs Coyotes in the Class 1A Division II State Championship. This is Balmoral's first trip to the state title, while Richland Springs is the winner of 4 of the last six-man Division II state championships, including last year's. First quarter, no score. Balmoral's Danny Vasquez avoids trouble and gets the pass off to Marcos Mendoza for a huge gain. Next play, Martinez dodging multiple defenders and finding Vasquez, who gets the pitch pass, and the Bears are on the board first. 8-0 over Richland Springs Coyotes. Richland Springs up next. Austin Burkhart sends a bomb off to Day Tavern. He's alone and he's gone. That ties it up at 8 apiece. Still in the first, Balmoral regaining the lead 16-8 after Marco Martinez finds a wide open Marcos Mendoza, and Mendoza takes it to the house. Now, right now we are in the fourth quarter, and we have 5 minutes and 49 seconds remaining. It's a first down right now. And just like that, the Coyotes go back on the board. The score right now, 88-50, the Coyotes leading. Coming up tonight at 10, we'll bring you this full story. But first, we're going to take a quick break. Stay with us.
We leave you now with the sights and sounds of the Ira Ann Braves' incredible and emotional 2016 season.
We'll see you at 10.
We can go anywhere in the area, Coach. Ira Ann packs the house, whether you're home or away.
Right.
How does that make you feel?
It's great. It's a great support by the community. They love their Brave football and they come out, and it's a great experience for our kids.
Feels great just because it's just a little bitty town, but it's all we are. We're just a team that plays a team. We do what we do and just comes out on top.
Ladies and gentlemen, the communities of Ira Ann and Sheffield and the Ira Ann Sheffield Independent School District would like to thank you for the love and support that we have received over this past week. We have experienced tremendous strength from the prayers and kindness of friends all across the country. As our hearts begin to heal from this tragedy, we are fully aware that we have been blessed beyond measure. We are forever grateful And we ask those same blessings on each and every person who has reached out in our support. Let there be no question of unity in Texas or Texas high school football. We are united by love.
You know, people ask me, really, your quarterback plays middle linebacker? And my answer is always no, my middle linebacker plays quarterback.
Day by day, we get better and better. We get better and better. We can't be beat. We can't be beat. We'll be beat.
Here we go.